2026 at full force. And now, with the release of Update 1.58, we might finally understand what their real intentions are. At first glance, this update looks like preparation for consoles. And yes, that's definitely part of the picture. But I honestly believe there's something else coming first, something that has been quietly prepared for years now. And that is coaches. More ETS2 has been changing since 2025. If you've been paying close attention, you'll notice that Euro Truck Simulator 2 hasn't just been evolving for trucks anymore. Since 2025, SCS has been laying the groundwork for something bigger. A version of ETS2 that supports multiple vehicle types, not just trucks. We've seen hints everywhere: passenger systems, route-based gameplay ideas, coach-style physics adjustments, and subtle map changes that don't make sense for trucks alone. Add to that the growing list of real-world coach brands being referenced, like MAN Lions Coach and Scania coaches, and the picture starts to become clearer. This isn't random development, this is preparation. Update 1.58 feels like a console preparation update, and that's fair, but I think one particular DLC might arrive before consoles do. The Coaches DLC. And the reason I believe that is simple. Update 1.58 introduces two major systems that make very little sense unless coaches are coming soon. Let's talk about them. But before we go any further, please like the video if you enjoy ETS2 content, subscribe to the channel for future updates, and follow us on Discord and Facebook. All the links are in the description. Let's start with the most obvious change. As SCS prepares for the implementation of the Coaches DLC, they also need to adjust the entire map to support coaches and bus stations, and that's exactly what Update 1.58 does. You may notice new signs, new road markings, small layout changes, but more importantly, you'll start seeing new areas in selected cities, including larger bus stations, passenger terminals, redesigned urban spaces. These are not cosmetic updates. Truck stops don't need massive terminals. Cargo depots don't need passenger platforms, but coaches do. And the fact that these changes are already being rolled out tells us something important. SCS isn't experimenting anymore, they're committing. When a game studio starts adjusting the entire map, it usually means the release window is getting closer, not further away. Think about it logically. You don't rebuild cities and terminals years in advance. You do it when content is entering its final stages. Update 1.58 brings coaches closer than ever before, not as a concept, but as a playable reality. To me, this strongly suggests that the Coaches DLC is sooner rather than later. Gaming doesn't have to cost a fortune. With instant gaming, you can grab your favorite game starting from just €5. They offer a massive library from big AAA titles to underrated indie gems. Whether you play on Steam, Xbox, or PlayStation, the process is fast, safe, and reliable. Once you get your key, it's yours forever. Use the link in my description for an extra discount, and don't miss the monthly giveaway. All the links are in the description. Now, let's talk about the deeper change, the one that most people underestimate. SCS stated clearly that they've revisited and significantly refined the in-game physics simulation. This wasn't a small tweak. They went under the hood and reworked some of the most fundamental systems in ETS2 and ATS. Why? Because upcoming vehicle types, like coaches and road trip vehicles, are lighter, shorter, sometimes more powerful, and react very differently to inputs than trucks. The old physics system was built only for trucks, and that simply wouldn't work for buses. One of the first areas they addressed was throttle response. Throttle input is now calculated from a throttle torque engine map instead of a simplified system. What does that mean for gameplay? Toasting feels more natural, cruising feels smoother, engine resistance off throttle feels realistic, and for coaches, this is critical. Passengers don't want sudden jerks, they don't want harsh acceleration. They react to how smoothly the vehicle is driven. This change alone tells me that passenger satisfaction systems are very much in active development. Beyond the engine, mechanical behavior has also been refined. Wheels now camber realistically when going off-road, reflect solid axle suspension behavior, use proper caster angles when turning. These are subtle details, but they matter a lot for buses. Coaches are sensitive to uneven terrain, sharp braking, sudden steering inputs, and now the physics system can actually measure those things correctly. Even the audio system has been updated. Turbocharger sounds now reflect engine behavior more accurately. This might not seem important at first, but think about it from a passenger's perspective. Engine noise, revving intensity, harsh acceleration. All of these influence how realistic passenger reactions can be. This update isn't just about how you feel driving, it's about how the game can simulate how passengers feel riding. Here's the key point. Passenger satisfaction doesn't work without proper physics. To measure collision intensity, braking force, cornering smoothness, engine noise and vibration, the simulation needs to be precise. Update 1.58 provides exactly that foundation, and that's why I believe this update is not random, it's strategic. I think coaches will arrive before consoles. Not because consoles aren't important, but because the groundwork for coaches is already far more advanced. The map is changing. The physics are ready. The audio supports it. The driving model supports it. What's left is the content itself, and once that drops, ETS2 won't just be a truck simulator anymore, it'll be a transport simulator. What I love about this direction is that it feels natural. SCS isn't rushing, they're refining. They're expanding the game without breaking what already works. I think you'll love coaches when they arrive. I think they'll feel different in a good way. And I genuinely believe update 1.58 will be remembered as the moment everything quietly clicked into place. Thanks for watching.